Live from New York City, it's the Gary Null Show. And now, your host, Gary Null.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Null. Let's begin by doing what we do every day at this time, and that is sharing with you high-quality peer-review articles from PubMed, from respected institutions that, for whatever reason, don't end up in the mainstream media, but are important for all of us. It allows us to prevent disease and overcome or improve the conditions we have. We begin with the University of Illinois. A study links nutrients in your blood to better brain connectivity, cognition, especially as you're aging. Now, this new study links higher levels of several key nutrients in the blood with more efficient blood connectivity, and that's important. This was published in NeuroImage, and it looked at 32 key nutrients in the Mediterranean diet, which previous research had shown is associated with better brain function in aging. And they took a look at people 65 and older, and they investigated whether the nutrients in the diet, remember, you can have a diet that has no nutrients, just bad, let's say trans fats, arachidonic acid, a little fiber, overly processed, a lot of chemicals you don't want. Or you can have a healthy plant-based diet that has the antioxidants that you do want. And then the question is, by having a healthy diet, will you have a healthier brain? And a healthier brain comes in part because you got healthier bacteria. Yes, the good bacteria, what is called the biome in your intestine, directly impacts your immune system and your brain and your skull. So you actually have two brains, and both are important, and that's why the diet's important. But the average person, I'm quite sure, doesn't think about, am I getting all the nutrients I need? No. But if you have the omega-3 fatty acids, which is abundant in fish and walnuts and Brussels sprouts, and the omega-6 fatty acids found in flaxseed and pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and watermelon seeds and pine nuts and pistachios, and if you have lycopene, Lycopene, a vivid red pigment in watermelon, tomatoes, and raspberries, strawberries, yeah, you're getting what you need. And if you're getting the alpha and beta carotenoids, which give sweet potatoes and carrots their characteristic orange color, and vitamin B and D, the research relied upon some of the most rigorous methods available for examining nutrient intake and brain health. And that's what they found. These are the biomarkers. Interesting because when I was doing my latest study about 6 months ago on anti-aging, the foundation that provided us with the blood markers, meaning taking blood before and after, and then measuring objective, not subjective. Subjective would be, how do you feel? I feel okay. That's subjective. Objective is looking at the blood to see what's in it in the right amounts or what's not in it in the wrong amounts. And we saw that as people came in, almost no one's blood was good. They didn't have all these nutrients. They didn't have the varied diet that we need. A Mediterranean diet, or even better, vegan plant-based diet, is getting you all these. So you want the omega-3, the omega-6, carotenoids, lycopene, riboflavin, folate, B12, and vitamin D. And that's where we end up having healthier intestine, healthier brain, healthier cognition, better memory, all that. It's that simple. So get a test taken. It's not expensive. A lot of laboratories do it. Just so you know what the health of your blood is. From Georgetown University Medical Center comes a study about sunlight. And sunlight, according to the study, offers surprising benefit. It actually energizes infection-fighting T cells. So sunlight allows us to make vitamin D, yes, and that's credited with having a healthier body, certainly better bones, and a healthier heart. But a new study from Georgetown University Medical Center, they found that sunlight, through a mechanism separate than vitamin D production, energizes your T cells that play a central role in human immunity. Their findings published in scientific reports show that the skin, which is, by the way, the body's largest organ, stays alert to many microbes that can nest there. And that's important. So you want to be healthier? Get some sunlight. It'll help your immunity. And that also prevents colds and flu and infections. And if you do get them, you're less likely to have the same outcome because the T cells move faster, marking the first reported human cell responding to sunlight by speeding its pace. T cells, whether they're helper or killer T cells, need to move to do their work, which is to get to the site of an infection and orchestrate a response. And the study shows that sunlight directly activates key immune cells by increasing their movement. Who knew, right? But we knew that it's important you have healthy T cells. And also capsaicin, C-A-P-S-A-I-C-I-N, that's your hot red pepper, cayenne pepper. The molecules inhibits the growth of breast cancer cells. Now, this is from the Center for Genomics at Ruhr University, Bochum in Germany. So this red pepper, an active ingredient in many pungent substances like chili peppers, inhibits the growth of breast cancer cells. This was reported by a team headed at the university by Professor Holt and Weber, and they followed experiments and cultivated tumor cells. So that's important. So why not just start putting some red pepper into your soups and into your dishes, your brown rice, your beans? And as a result, in this case, the cancer cells divide more slowly. And the treatment that was used is more able to affect a positive outcome. Employees who are open about religion are happier, so says this study. It may be beneficial for employees to not only encourage office Christmas parties, but also celebrate holidays and festive events and all kinds of festivals from a variety of religions, according to a Kansas State University researcher. This involved a collaborative study that found that employees who openly discussed their religious beliefs, not to proselytize, just to explain it, at work are often happier and have higher job satisfaction than those employees who do not. According to the study, for many people, religion is the core of their lives. And being able to express important aspects of one's life can influence work-related issues, such as job satisfaction and work performance and engagement. It can be beneficial for organizations to have a climate that is welcoming to every religion and culture. That's what they're saying in this study. Well, think about this. Think about your friends. Think about where you grew up. Almost everyone growing up in America, whether it was on a block in the Bronx or a small town like Parkersburg, you generally congregated around your religion. You went to church on Sundays, you had Sunday school classes, and you had covered dish dinners, and you did things, softball games and things together. But you all, whether you were strongly religious or just moral and attended religion, like my father, he didn't believe in any religion, but he believed in morality. And so he would attend. So a lot of people attend religious services for different reasons, but then you have those who really believe. They believe that the sanctity of their relationships, sanctity of their marriage, their family, and being a responsible parent. Remember I'm sure all of you who are baby boomers remember growing up where it was discussed about how your first responsibility was to your family. Make sure they have a roof over their head, food on the table, clothes on their back, and the ability to have a good education, because most of our parents, meaning the greatest generation who were born in the 19 teens and 20s, they didn't go to college. We, the baby boomers, were the first generation en masse to go to college, to have that opportunity, because we didn't have a Great Depression. We didn't have a Second World War. We weren't on different types of stamps that they were given. My mom told me she even had a box that had some of them. They were ration stamps where you could get so much petrol, so much gasoline, or you could buy so much food at one of the government stores. And you had to live within your means. So people budgeted. They repurposed clothing. I know all the boys in my family, we all wore the one olderness when we got bigger. Mom sewed the clothes that fit us. But being at that dinner table in the evening and talking about the issues in our lives and what went on, and laughing at life and each other, which was a big deal. We all had a sense of humor where I grew up. That gave us a sense of satisfaction, having friends that we believed wouldn't be true in many cases, but growing up with the kids we knew who are best buddies and discovering all the things of life. You're young and you go out and you find, you make your little fort out in the woods someplace. And we believed they'd be there for the rest of our lives. We trusted people. Trust was a big deal. In fact, when I once asked my brother, Howard, who was 5 years older, and we'd gone downtown to go to a movie, and it was a Saturday. We parked outside the theater. He had a convertible. Cool guy, by the way. My brother is real cool. 57. He top athlete in the school in the intramurals, held 10 records, a cappella, singing, handsome guy. And we came out of the theater, and I said, Howard, your wallet, you left your wallet in the dashboard with the top down. He said, yeah. So that's what someone could have taken. He said, no. No, the whole idea in this small town is trust. Trust that you don't have to lock your doors or car. Trust that if you drop your wallet, someone would find it and give it back to you with the money intact and not expect a gift. Trust that at night, have you ever noticed the fruit stores have all their fruit outside all night long, and the filling station has the tires out there all night long? Because if you've been taught right, you've been taught morality. And morality means you don't steal. And that's stuck in my mind. I'm a young kid. I'm 10 years old, and I'm listening to my older brother. No, I'm 12 years old. I'm listening to my older brother. And it just made sense and stuck with me to this day. How uncomplicated is the truth? How complicated are lies? How uncomplicated is just being yourself? How complicated is taking on the persona of what you believe other people want to see in you? How many of us took paths in life, in careers, education, marriage, family, where we lived, kind of house we lived in, or apartment, based upon other people's expectations of us? At what point in life are we allowed to have our own unaltered, unadulterated sense of self? And it all starts with the family. Unfortunately, not everyone had the best families. There's abuse in a lot of families, and we have to acknowledge that and be understanding of those who have gone through traumas and crisis and are now coming to grips with them. But I also believe that we should have centers in every community in America, crisis centers, where people are having a rough time, especially around the holidays. And that's when a lot of suicides occur, where people have a place to go or a place to call and hear a nice voice on the other side, encouraging them that there's still a lot to live for. And loneliness is not one of the things that we should allow to limit our lives. Just saying. So go back to the beginning of this. When you have something you believe in, your family, your religious beliefs, whatever they may be, your community, your culture, and what you've been brought up to enjoy that has served you, it doesn't mean these are all right, but it means that without having any beliefs and just learning from the street, we're going to have a lot of rough roads that we're going to travel in our life. It makes a big difference when you're loved and respected for who you are, with a proper guidance and with some sense of spiritual, emotional, physical, cultural in family discipline so you don't go out there and act like a fool, as a lot of young people are doing today. Not all by any means, but too many. That's the latest on health and healing. Now remember, you can get all my health notes every Monday at 6 o'clock. It ends up on your computer, and that's free. Just go to GaryNull.com and sign up. If you also want a lot of cutting edge material, a lot of important studies. In fact, we're sending out the latest study and latest article I've written, an investigative reporting article, so people will get it tomorrow. Then sign up. It's different, small handling cost nothing, like 29 cents a day, but you get everything. And I mean everything. You get a lot of material, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Just go to GaryNull.com. Also, we have a whole lot of new videos. Go to Rumble or Odysee and other places, and you'll see them. How many are up there to look at? I was told over 4,000. Whoa. No. Got a lot that you can watch. We're going to take a break and come right back at you. Please stay with us.
Are you tired of closed-minded programming? Well, look no further than PRN.Live, the home for progressive voices.